Welcome back to the Kimi Kato Show. We just went out with Snow Magic Fantasy by Sekai no Wari and came back with 愛を込めて花束を by Superfly. So, today's episode was about New Year's in Japan. How did you like it, Jeremiah? What do you think?
I liked. I liked. Makes me want to clear my schedule for the first 5 days of January and find the app that I can watch this race on
Oh
and
yeah, I mean
or go. I
it's
would love to
really
go,
nice.
I got to get to Japan and go for the new year.
Yes,
Maybe stand along the road and cheer on the runners.
that would be nice. I mean
Hmm.
they block out the roads entirely. So well they partially block out. I mean it starts from Tokyo, then you go all the way south to Yokohama, and they run the places where and they run the streets of and until they get to Hakone, which is just incredible. Anyways, you have to see it to kind of really appreciate the race. But um, to wrap things up, the new year represents hope for better days ahead, which is particularly meaningful after a challenging year for everyone. It's a time to dream, set goals, resolutions, I don't know, whatever, and believe in the possibility of change. So, and I think this hope is universal, transcending cultural and religious boundaries, which is why celebrations like fireworks and countdowns are so widely shared. It's like the New Year's give people permission to pause, reflect, envision the future, the future they want or desire, not the 108 desires, but whether it's through quiet moments of gratitude or joyful celebrations, the new year reminds us of the ability to grow, adapt, and thrive. Right, Jeremiah?
Yeah, yes, and I wanted to say, when did we start this show, Kimmy? Was it like was it in May? I
I
was
think it
trying
was
to think back.
February, like February or
February
March.
of this year.
Yes.
And I just wanted to take a moment, if you don't mind, to thank all of the listeners that have found the show, like for the Kimi Kato show, and they tune in every week. And I actually just did the run for the year while you're talking there. Do you know what the number one show? I said it was Christmas, but I misspoke. That was for last month. Do you know what the number one show of the year is on the Kimi Kato show, Kimmy? Can you
Sugizo?
guess?
I don't
Nico the
know.
Owl.
Oh, Nico, yes.
Yes, he is number one
My
for
man.
the,
He's
for
my
the year
bro.
since you started. Sugizo's number two.
Oh, so amazing. Congrats.
Hideo Kimura,
Oh, that's so
actor,
cool
voice
too.
actor. He's number three. Ijiro
Oh,
Sukada,
yeah.
founder of World Matcha Inc. He's number four.
Matcha, matcha.
Matcha.
Yeah.
Um, Maria Takeuchi, the queen of
Okay.
City
Yeah.
Pop.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
She was number five. And Mike Yamasaki, Japanese sword
Oh,
expert.
cool.
Yeah, he was
Wow.
number six. And then
Wow.
we've got three to round out the the top 10, the ramen noodles, the J-pop part three, and the ultimate guide to conveni.
That's amazing.
Those are your top 10 shows. Well, the number 10 was Ukulele Hero. That
Oh,
was
that's
he
so
was number
cool.
10. But yeah, congratulations to Nico the Owl. And I just wanted to thank everybody that's listening to the show. Um, the number one country, we're tied. The number one and number two countries that are listening, Kimmy,
United
take it.
States.
Yes, United
Eh,
States, and it's tied. Well, it's actually five short. I call it tied. Five short. Japan is number two.
wow. They're
Yeah.
listening in English, which is incredible.
Yeah, that's great. And then Australia, Singapore,
Wow.
and the UK.
Oh, thank you
But
so much.
yeah, I just thought I wanted to take us into the year here and thank the listeners and please share the show if you like it. Share it with everybody. We love talking to you every week. It's a real honor and a pleasure. And for me, I have to thank you, Kimmy, because since last February, I have learned so much about Japan, and it's one of my new favorite topics and things to learn about. So thank you. You've been an
No, thank
excellent,
you. Oh, thank you so
excellent tour
much.
guide this year.
And you have been an excellent co-host, Jeremiah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
for giving me this opportunity to talk on radio and on podcast. It's been an amazing journey. I mean, the year has, I think I just remember now because our first show was Sugizo. It's the
Sugizo.
U2 show I went to see with Sugizo, and he was, because he was just in LA, I thought I'd have him do the show and it would be a good opener for my show. So it was, the first show that we recorded was in January, I think, but the aired in February. But thank you so much for listening, because the only reason why we can continue doing this show is because we have you guys as our listeners,
Yeah,
and
loyal listeners every
I
week.
really, 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 from my bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. If there's anything that I should be talking about, please send in any requests, inquiries, whatever it is that you think that might be good for to do,
Good topics.
to to talk on our show. Thank you, Jeremiah, for keeping me in doing this and pushing me in doing this. I do really, really do enjoy it. So in order for us to continue doing this, I really need everyone's support. And the more
Yeah, if you
listeners, the
can
better.
subscribe, that helps us a lot. Subscribe wherever you listen on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, wherever it happens to be, Pandora. Subscribe and then share it with your friends if you don't mind. And again, like as Kimmy said, I just want to extend that same invitation. If you've got topics or things that you'd like to talk about, that you're
We're
curious about,
open.
Kimmy is an amazing tour guide,
I agree.
amazing host.
Thank you so much.
Well, Happy New Year to you
Happy
and to
New Year.
everybody listening.
Thank you for tuning in to the Kimi Kato Show as we explored Japan throughout the year. We wish you all a happy new year wherever you are. And our final song for today is My Life, My Love by Mako. So happy holidays. See you in the new year.
Yes, and Kimmy, I've got one last Jeremiah question for the year.
Yes, sir.
On the music, I
Yes.
notice that a lot of the Japanese artists sing in Japanese and the chorus is in English.
Ah, that's
Uh,
interesting. Yes, you
Have
might
you
be
noticed
right.
that? And is there a reason for that? Like, for
Ah,
instance, this song we're about to play is a good example.
you know what? I have no idea why people do. It might be because choruses are, you know what? I don't know.
Hmm. It's interesting. I like it. It's like you hear, you're listening,
Hmm.
and I'm typically watching the videos on YouTube, so I've
Right.
got the subtitles and I know what they're saying, and then it would go to the chorus, which comes in English, and a lot of times that's the case, and I just thought maybe you knew why, maybe that was part of the marketing or part of the appeal or the broadening the music to the West, but I didn't know. I was wondering if there's an
I
answer,
think
but
it's,
maybe we'll answer that in the new year if we can find
yes,
out.
but I think the answer off the top of my head is everything that you just mentioned.
Hmm.
Is to do with crafting. It's to do with how does it kind of root, it's the choruses that you remember, and
Yeah.
it's the phonetics, and it's all to do with that. I don't think people choose to use English language in their chorus, it's like specifically, but it kind of tends to end up becoming that because it's maybe easier to phonetically remember. It's an interesting, but it might be to do with this is it could be something to do with language studies of why people use English in their choruses. It's very
Hmm.
interesting, but see, only people like non-Japanese would realize this. Otherwise, because it's in our nature to understand everything anyways, as soon as language becomes incomprehensive, and then there's suddenly the chorus spot that you understand. That's when you realize that Yes, it's the chorus I understand, but I don't understand the verse because it's all in Japanese. I think it's very interesting. Very, very
Hmm.
interesting.
Well,
Something,
it just proves that there's a lot more to learn, and I can't wait for the new season, the new year of the Kimi Kato show. So thanks,
yes.
Kimmy.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
New
you,
Year, everybody.
everyone. Happy New Year. ごきげんよう.